Hello, welcome to the spring edition of RossenTales. This is the newsletter for the Rossendale Trust, and we're aiming to tell you what's been going on in the Trust and beyond the Trust over the last 3 months. We hope you'll find it enjoyable, and if you've got some other things you'd like including for next time, please bring them in to us. In the meantime, carry on listening.
Dignity Day 2017. It was Dignity Action Day on February the 1st. This is an important day, an annual opportunity to promote people's rights to be treated with dignity and respect, and to give people who use services a special day. At the Trust, we celebrated Dignity in Action Day by inviting the tenants to meet together in the front room at the hall. As well as socialising and having a cup of tea and a cake, it was great for everyone in the Trust to have the chance to spend time together. The tenants were supported to think about how they wanted to be treated or to think of a dream for their future. They then wrote it on a paper leaf and placed this on the dignitary. Here are some of the thoughts the tenants had about how they would like to be treated and things they would like to do in the future. Adam S. said, "I would like to get a job in an office." Paul said, "I would like to watch a live cricket match." Adam H. said, "I would like to watch a musical in London." Richard said, "I am happy with all the staff that support me in my home." Gareth said, "I would like a job at Burger King." Susie said, "I would like to go on a cruise." The leaves will be returned to each tenant to be put into their person-centred plan.
Remembering Norman. Norman McBain, a former tenant of the Trust, died on Christmas Day, having moved away from the Trust into nursing care a few months earlier. He was a memorable character, and here are some of the memories that we have, plus an extract from staff member Wendy Blakeman's address, which she gave at Norman's funeral. Norman moved into Riverside's apartment 7 in 2011 and brought with him a very special personality. He was a lovable man with a great sense of humour, and he enjoyed nothing more than having a bit of banter with the staff who cared for him, keeping them on their toes. Norman loved to watch his CSI programmes with his wireless headphones on, so even when he went outside for his cigarette, he could still be listening to his favourite programme. He also enjoyed his music, especially Cliff Richard, at times listening and singing with his friend Jeanette. The best ever pastime for Norman was going for a coffee or to Burger King. He loved to relax, just sitting and chatting with his favourite food and drink at his side. Norman was supported to go on holiday to Ribby Hall near Blackpool, and he had a fabulous time, so much so that he didn't really want to come home, which is the mark of a good holiday. Norman will have a special place in the hearts of everyone who knew him here and who cared for him. He will always be fondly remembered. And Wendy Blakeman writes, "What can I say about Norman? If I was asked to sum Norman up in 2 words, it would be a lovable rogue. Norman would often greet me by saying, 'Oh, not you,' but by the smile on his face I knew it was only his cheeky way. Norman often referred to me as mother, and I think that was due to me nagging him at times. There are many funny moments that I wouldn't want to talk about here, due to the colourful language that Norman wouldn't think twice about using. He always enjoyed a drive out to the airport and would spend many hours watching the planes coming and going. When we asked if he'd like to go somewhere different, he would always end up saying, 'Let's go to the airport,' and the trip out would always end with a mixed grill. It always amazed me how he managed to eat it without any real teeth. A trip into town with Norman was always a pleasure, just to see him sitting outside Cafe Nero, having a cigarette and a coffee and watching the world go by."
Good foundations. There is a unique opportunity this spring to spend an afternoon in elegant surroundings whilst raising money for the Trust. The Trust is holding a ladies' lunch on May the 18th at Mottram Hall in the stylish St Andrew's Suite. There will be a presentation by lingerie experts from Marks and Spencer's who will reveal the secrets of choosing the best figure flashing foundation for you. Ladies will learn how a good foundation can make a difference and ensure you look the best in all your outfits. Whatever your shape, the right choice of underwear can really help to streamline your figure and create the perfect silhouette. Janet Street Porter apparently once said, "What you wear should not be a source of pain, vast expense or misery." Guests will enjoy a glass of fizz on arrival, followed by a delicious 2-course lunch with tea and coffee, during which the models will show the latest affordable clothes available from SOS Boutique. There will be an opportunity to browse the exclusive range of fashions, as well as jewellery, handbags and accessories, plus the latest Clarins range of beauty products.
Welcome, Tony. In September, Tony Wadsworth moved into apartment 7 in Riverside, joining the existing tenants, Hilary, Jeanette and Carol. Tony had visited it on a couple of occasions beforehand to see if he would be happy living at Rossendale. Tony seems to have settled in really well and gets along with the ladies well. He particularly likes to take advantage of the glorious grounds at the hall, going for a quiet wander, taking in the lovely views of the pond and the horticultural area. Tony also loves going to the weekly discos and enjoys a cheeky pint at the pub. All in all, things are going well for him. When he is asked if he likes living here, he always says, "Yes, I do."
Inner Wheel District Rally. Moira Bezic, who is Rossendale's Chair of Trustees, recently arranged a prestigious Inner Wheel District Rally lunch at the Mere Hotel in Knutsford. It was attended by 130 members of the Inner Wheel, including the association's UK president. Moira herself is currently the District 5 chairman of Inner Wheel until the end of June. During her 12 months as chair, Moira chose her own charity, which of course is the Rossendale Trust. And many of the events that take place across the district during her year will be raising funds for the Trust.
Meet our runners in this year's Virgin London Marathon. The 6 runners have all been on strict training regimes for months, trying to ensure they are in peak fitness for the big 26.2 mile challenge on April the 23rd. Running throughout our cold and dark winter's nights, getting up early at the weekends, and for what? Well, to raise funds for the tenants we support at the Rossendale Trust. The fundraising commitment of each of the runners has been outstanding, but the final push is here and they need your support. Please give them your encouragement by sponsoring them. We asked all 6 of the runners the same 3 questions. Have you run a marathon before? Why do you run? What's the oddest thing that has happened to you while running? Here are their answers.
My name is Jo Crawford. This is my first marathon. I love the challenge and to constantly try to beat my best time. On one of London's busiest roads, I once tripped over my own shoe, somersaulted, got up and then tried to pretend nothing had happened, although I was in a world of pain.
My name is Andy Todd. I have run a marathon before. I love challenging myself and hopefully I can inspire others along the way. I once had to stop midway through a cross-country relay race for a herd of cows that wouldn't move out of the way. My name is Toby Eyre. Yes, I have run the London Marathon 11 times and all for the Rossendale Trust. I run for health benefit, for stress relief and for the knowledge that my actions are helping others as well. I was once interviewed by the BBC after the marathon, only to mess it up by my reply to the question, "Woo, you look a bit hot in that helmet." I just didn't think before I answered, and so the language I used was a bit choice. Funnily enough, it didn't get aired, but I made up for it the year afterwards when I finally got on the telly.
My name is Kiri Owen. This is my first ever full marathon. Running is my escape and passion. I was a sprinter in my younger days, competing regularly, defending my county champion title for a number of years and proudly representing Wales. Toby Ayres and I did the Tatton half marathon last year. To say the least, it was very muddy in areas. About halfway, crossing a muddy clearing in the trees, my feet disappeared from under me, taking me sideways. At the same time, Toby tried to jump and clear me, but my foot caught his in midair and swiped him out too.
My name is Danny Bradbury. I mostly run across the fields, and I have been chased by various animals over the years: dogs, cows, bulls. And once 3 large geese chased me across a field and I had to try and climb a fence whilst one of them was pecking at my leg.
My name is Vicky Poole. I've never run a marathon before. I run to release stress. I used to run as a teenager and got back into it about 3 years ago. I enjoy the buzz of an event and run to improve my fitness, mental health and well-being. On a typical rainy day in Macclesfield, I was running down Congleton Road when a driver of a passing car thought it would be a great idea to go full speed through a large puddle and plough the puddle water onto me. I was facing forward to the oncoming traffic and got the entire puddle in my face.
But why run? That's an easy question. In 2016, our London Marathon runners raised £13,000 for the Trust. That was up from £8,000 in the last year, and a record for RossenTales. We're aiming for another record in 2017. Every year the runners achieve their dream, being the most famous running event in the UK calendar, running through the streets of London in front of huge crowds of well-wishers and supporters. All of the months of long training sessions and early mornings are rewarded by the generosity of donors. Here are just some of the projects that have benefited from the efforts and your kindness. Work Taste, helping us to expand this work experience programme, supporting some of the most vulnerable people in our community to join the world of work. And Oakwood, improving the facilities for the people from the Trust and from the wider community who attend the sessions at our innovative day and activity service. And also our activity fund, giving our tenants the chance to participate in activities that otherwise might be beyond their budgets. In these and many other ways, the funds raised all enhance the lives of the individuals we support, constantly increasing their opportunities to live their own lives and be part of the community around them. So that's why run.
In other news, Stevie Nicholson has just picked up his first pay packet, earned by working for the Local People magazine. Stevie has been delivering the magazine around the Macclesfield area. The delivery job is part of his participation in our Work Taste scheme, which enables our tenants to get a taste of the working world. A great day and a well-earned pay packet.
Teeing off at Mottram Hall. Budding golfers from Oakwood have had some great professional sessions recently. For the 3rd year running, the Mottram Hall golf tutor and ex-professional golf player Matthew Turnock worked with Jerry from Oakwood to offer 12 golf sessions. These sessions were quickly snapped up by 7 different Oakwood attendees. They ranged from a couple of seasoned favourites who'd played before to a couple of total novices who had only ever dreamt of playing golf. All of the committed Oakwooders were very professional in their outlook towards learning from the sessions. Each person made some great steps in their development, which was a real privilege to see. Matthew made each session exciting, competitive, recording all the scores. The guys' games improved visibly, session on session, with everyone very focused on learning the complicated business of golf. The sessions were always made fun by Matthew, but still based around improving a player's game by working on specific elements of their game. Exercises range from driving and chipping to putting. Matthew did some great work with our golfers, giving them technical advice as well as real encouragement to get to grips with this demanding sport.
Nick interviews Jane. In this recording, Oakwood attendee Nick Tabard asked the questions, and Jane Hitchner, activity leader in Oakwood Media, is in the hot seat.
So, how long have you worked for RossenTales?
I've worked for the Trust for 11 years.
Well done. What do you like best about your job?
I like supporting the clients that come to the media group and helping them to learn how to use the computers.
That's amazing. What else have you done with Oakwood?
I've been here quite a while really. I used to do music when I first came to Rossendale, but then I changed to leading the media sessions about a year ago.
Incredible. And what other jobs have you done in the past?
I've done lots of shop work. I used to own a shop and I now live in a pub, so it's a little bit of pub work too.
Super. And what are your hobbies?
Reading, but my favourite is spending time with my grandson, Arthur.
Okay. And what's your favourite movie?
Now that's a difficult one. You put me on the spot now, as there are quite a few. It's The Wizard of Oz.
That's a very good choice. And what's your favourite perfume?
Again, I like lots, so it's difficult to choose a favourite.
All right then. What's your favourite colour?
Red. That's easy.
Cool. And what's your favourite place that you like to go on your day off?
The beach. A really nice beach.
Very good choice.
Meet the Trustee, Tessa Wiscard.
I was born locally and grew up in Langley. I moved away after leaving school to continue my education and qualified as a solicitor in Oxford. While living in the south of England, I met Tim, and coincidentally he found a job just outside Knutsford. After we married, it seemed sensible to move back up to Macclesfield, and we ended up making our home in Langley again, where we have lived since 2003. When I moved back to the northwest, I initially worked in Birmingham, and after I had my first son, long distance commuting was hard work. I was lucky to get a job with Gorvin Solicitors in Stockport, but after a while even commuting to Stockport became difficult while trying to look after two boys. Luck was on my side, however, and I joined Joplin Gowler Solicitors in Macclesfield. While dropping William at school in Sutton in 2011, Sue Heaven approached me and asked if I was interested in becoming a trustee at the Rossendale Trust. Rossendale was very familiar to me as I had been aware of it throughout my life. I felt very honoured to be asked to become involved. The most rewarding aspect of my work as a solicitor is trying to arrange to sort things out so that life might be a little easier or a little bit less stressful for my clients and their families, whatever their situations. I hope that some of the skills that I have developed are of some use to my role as trustee. Since November 2011, when I became a trustee, Rossendale has changed considerably. Canalside has been developed and various other projects have moved forward, such as the Media Centre. Bank Street has been acquired and the Workdays programme has been initiated. The momentum is impressive. Whatever developments have occurred, however, the ethos has not changed. Everything is done with the clear aim of improving the welfare and the opportunities for the tenants. Whatever sort of a day I have had, it always is refreshing to go to Rossendale Hall and meet the tenants and see how happy they are. It somehow puts things into perspective, and I feel very proud to be associated with such a fantastic organisation.
That's the end of this edition of RossenTales. We hope you've enjoyed listening to some of the news of the many things that are going on in and around the Trust, and that you're looking forward to the next edition of RossenTales, which will be out in the summer, when the sun will be shining and there'll be a lot more things to tell you about. In the meantime, if you have any thoughts about what you'd like to hear in RossenTales, please give us a call over in the hall, either speak to Carl or Sue, and I'm sure we can sort out what you'd like to hear. Thanks for listening.